the fuck out of my face. But no, yeah. Kosher lights basically, like, what it does is that you're not flicking the light that's working because you're stopping the electrical current. But if you dim it, you're not fucking with the electrical current. You know what I mean? You're not fucking with the electrical current that way. Which is, I don't know. I feel like it's cheating a little bit. I feel like it's cheating if you just don't just keep the lights off. But again, I mean, what the fuck, who am I to say, right? I don't want to be that guy that judges somebody based off of their religion. I don't want to be that guy that imposes their own views, their own thoughts on other people. But again, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I? Right? You know, some guys, they sext some younger girls, some guys don't. I'm not going to say that I'm one of those guys, but I know that there are guys in my circle. Like if I have a fucking circle. But with that being said, let's get right into the news. Oh. Looks like we got a lot going on this week, guys. We got a lot of bullshit flying around. So one of the things is that supposedly, I guess, Idubbs and Ana are getting fucking divorced. I don't know how true that is, but there's a possibility that might actually be happening. Who knows? I kind of predicted it because they kind of give the vibe that like she's the one that wears the pants in the fucking relationship, and it's like, you know, those kind of relationships don't last very long. Now, I'm a young whippersnapper myself. Who the fuck am I to really? Who am I to say that someone's relationship can last? You know what I mean? Because I've never really been in a real relationship like that. But from what I've seen, from what I'm observed, I didn't think they were going to last from the beginning. I mean, he took her last name. That kind of tells you everything. But I don't know why I brought that up. I just seen a picture of Idubbs and Ana. But the first, I think the first topic that I wanted to touch today on the Black Truth, which I am now the host of, due to prior events that have recently happened, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna be hosting this shit from now on, and we're gonna see how this show fucking goes. Hopefully I can hold it together by myself, right? And yeah, so issue number one, case number one, or whatever you want to call it, right? So recently, I believe it was Friday of last week, Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes of the America First show they did an interview together, right? So I think the trailer was released on Wednesday. Now, when I had seen the trailer, I thought, the trailer was a little, it seemed a little like antagonistic, right? Like, oh, like she's asking him like, oh, that's why you hate Jewish people, or that's why you suck, yada, yada, yada. Like you see these little like bits in the trailer that make you think like, oh, was this a setup? And then I wanted to hold my judgment. I wanted to hold, myself from saying anything because I'm like, well, maybe she's not trying to sensationalize Nick. Maybe she's trying to just, get everybody hyped up to watch the show, right? Or the interview, excuse me. Now, okay, if I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys, I did not watch the whole interview. I just watched all the fucking clips that Fuentes updates posted on Twitter, and whatever, I took a look. I was like, oh, I listened to them back and forth, and it seemed like the whole interview was just trying to set Nick up and I guess make him look bad in the sense that like she's like, oh, well, I'm anti-Israel, but I'm not one of those guys, like trying to separate herself from Nick. And what sucks about it is that they're both the I don't want to say the leaders, but I guess they're basically like the two main spokespeople for the anti-Israel movement that's going on right now. And again, the anti-Israel movement is like I think it's a little bit more complex than what Charlie Kirk or fucking Ben Shapiro would want you to think. No, like there's guys that straight up want them boys to be annihilated, and then there's guys that just like, no, we don't care what they do, we just don't want to intervene in their conflicts anymore because it's basically uh our involvement with Israel is straining our relationships with other countries, right? And that obviously isn't to the benefit of Americans, right? That's not putting America first. You're putting Israel first. So for their interview to go the way it did, I think it was very disappointing because, again, like I said, we thought that, oh my God, like these two fucking goats, they're coming together, they're going to form an alliance, and now we're going to have everybody, you know what I mean? This is going to make the movement even bigger. But Candace basically wanted to make a hit piece on Nick, right? Make a fucking hit piece, trying to make this nigga look like an idiot, like a bad guy, talking about fucking Dave Smith, talking about race. You know what I mean? Like this whole interview was just her letting out her, what would you call it? It's Candace. Let me figure out how I'm gonna word this. It's Candace trying to attack Nick because I think it's like resentment that she had held for a long time, and because of Dave Smith, right? I guess that's a friend of hers. He's a comedian. He's a libertarian. He's a Jew. Whatever. I'm not sure what his relationship with Nick is right now, but I know that they had some little beef going on, right? Whatever. So she opens the interview with talking about fucking Dave Smith and all that other bullshit with him, and then they just go into the topic of race, right? Which, I mean, I don't think that them talking about race was a bad thing because obviously that's one of the things that Nick is infamous for talking about, right? And I don't think that portion of the interview was that bad because obviously she's gonna have a bone to pick with Nick as far as his views on race mixing, right? And just overall like racialism or racism or whatever you want to call it. And I think, in my opinion, besides the Dave Smith thing, I think the reason why she didn't like him or didn't like him is because of the race issue. Because it's like, I have mixed kids, and for you to sit here and talk about, oh, like people shouldn't mix, yada yada yada, it hits too close to home. So now you're offending me because when I was younger, my mother had a friend who was talking shit about dark skinned people, dark skinned people, dark skinned people, dark skinned people, dark skinned people. We're both Hispanic. Like, all dark skinned people are fucking ugly. They're like the ugliest of the ugly. And she's like, bitch, like my kids are fucking dark skinned. My husband is dark skinned. Why would you say some shit like that? So I think for Candace, besides the Dave Smith thing, I think it was the race thing that really fucking boiled, uh, that fucking made her blood boil. That's what I think it was because, again, she's a mother and you're talking about her kids basically. Even if he's not directly talking about her kids, in her head, you're making it about her kids. And of course, mothers are going to want to protect children and all that. But I don't think Nick is malicious. I don't think he's malicious in any way, right? So I don't know. I think Candace was just trying to make a fucking hit piece on Nick, and it backfired. It backfired fucking bad. And it's probably only going to get worse because now that just made you fucking look bad. And then you put it behind a paywall, and she don't want to put it on YouTube, but you're going to put it on Spotify because you're scared it's going to get taken. Come on, dude. Like, no, you were just trying to make a hit piece and make a quick buck because you knew niggas like me, niggas in my circle, or not in my circle, but niggas that have the same interests as me are going to want to see this interview because it's like when it's like when Jay-Z collabed with fucking Kanye West, right? It's a collab that people wanted to see, and we finally got it, and it fucking sucked. It was just a fucking hit piece that went bad, right? So I don't know. I think Nick was very respectful. I think he stood on business. I think he did the best he could in this interview. But yeah. So let's see where all this goes. Let's see where the fucking drama's gonna head towards in the future. But yeah, but keeping with the theme of Nick, the next topic that I wanted to bring up was voice of reason. Voice of reason. our boy, our promised child, our fucking star child fell from grace. Like another fellow that we know who's written about in scripture, right? So Alex Herrera, right, was or is a Catholic influencer who does apologetics, right? He had gotten famous from working with Michael Lofton, right? He recently debated an Orthodox guy who kind of argued in bad faith, if we're going to be quite honest. Ubi Petras, something like that. And then before that, he had a debate with James White, and James White is a fucking titan in the Christian apologetics world, and they were arguing, I think, about the papacy, I believe it was, and whatever. He beat him. He technically beat him in the debate. Everyone was saying like, yeah, fucking guy. He was basically Alex was David, and Dr. James White was Goliath, and he beat him in the fucking debate. You know what I mean? He did his fucking thing. But apparently this young hombre, this bad hombre, was sexting little girls. Now, look, according to Alex himself from Voice of Reason, this nigga was not he did admit to sexting, but he did not admit to sexting a underage girl. Now, he says that he's going to be taking legal action against whoever made the accusations, and I hope to God those fucking allegations aren't true, because this nigga set Catholics back fucking 10 years. I mean, we had this whole new renaissance coming out with him, roots of roots of orthodoxy, who's the other one, Iron Inquisitor, all these different fucking influencers, even like that lady's name, Lila Rose. You had who else? You have all these little influencers coming together, you know, for this new renaissance, converting people, all this good shit. And it's like this shit's gonna come out and just ruin the fucking movement. I mean, look at this shit. I really want to kiss and suck on your thighs. Let me kiss and bite your butt. Let me bury my face in it. I love your underwear, babe. So tired. Come on, guy. God willing, the allegation of the girl being underage is fucking false, because that set us fucking back.